Hi there, I'm Cian Tracey, rugby writer with the Irish Independent. On behalf of Energia, proud sponsors of Leinster Rugby, I'm delighted to say that Leinster and Ireland back three pair Jordan Larmour is joining me for a chat today. Jordan, thanks for taking the time out from what is a busy week. How are things?
Yeah, it's all good. Not too bad. Big week coming up now. We had two tough training sessions on Monday and Tuesday, but yeah, everyone's looking forward to the weekend.
I suppose, first of all, it was great to see you back last weekend. You must have been delighted, first of all, to get back in action, but you must have also been pretty happy with how you went.
Yeah, definitely. It was good to be back playing. I think it'd been maybe 10 weeks. It was long enough out. I thought initially I'd just be looking at around 6 weeks, so kind of dragged on a bit longer. But yeah, I was delighted to be back out there, back in the Aviva Stadium. Hadn't played there in a while, and I loved it. It was a tough game. It always is against Munster. They always put it up to us. But I thought we did well to stay in the fight and ultimately get the victory. So it was a good day.
Nice to get your hands on the ball and get a couple of breaks as well to kind of ease yourself back into it.
Yeah, definitely. You're always kind of worried when you had kind of a long injury how you're going to come back and how you're going to play. So I was happy I could get into the game early, get my hands on the ball, and there was a bit of space out there, which was nice. That's probably the favorite part of the game for me. Running with ball in hand, trying to take people on, beat defenders. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
How frustrating what were the last few weeks? I presume there must be a massive sense of relief to get back at this stage of the season with so many big games ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Look, you train all season, and you want to be involved in these big games. Whenever you pick up a knock, it can be frustrating for you, especially starting out off the year. I had an injury, so I missed a few games, and then throughout the year had a few niggles. So missing a few games is never ideal, but that's life, isn't it? That's the game we play. Injuries are, you nearly pick up an injury every week. If it's not you, it's someone else. So you're well used to it. But it was a frustrating time. But I'm happy to be back now. It's just about trying to train well and play well and put up your hand for selection for finals rugby. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment.
How much would you have targeted games like this to get back? I presume that's the motivation that keeps you going through those tough days.
Yeah, definitely. That's why you train every day. At the start of the season, you set out your soul. You say, we want to win trophies. That's what this season is about. So you turn up to training every day. That's in the back of your mind, getting the finals rugby, and ultimately winning those big games and bringing home silverware. So, loads of motivation to keep you going through the dark days. But so we're finally at a bit of finals rugby now with this weekend. So I don't know what the team is, but I'd love to be involved. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Give us an idea what the mood in the camp is like this week. It must be a serious buzz.
Yeah, there is. There always is around these big weeks. Like I said, this is what you train for. This is why you play. You want to win trophies. That's what the game is about for a lot of us in there. So yeah, it's just huge excitement. But we're not going to start doing anything different. It's going to be the same week. The same build up, same routine. We're not going to change anything. But you can always get a bit giddy this time of year. So it's about kind of keeping what's important in the front of your mind and keeping focused and showing up on the big days.
I suppose a bit of giddiness is a good thing. It's just how you kind of manage that, because if you didn't get giddy about a Champions Cup final or excited, you're in the wrong game. It's probably fair to say.
Yeah, 100%. This is why we play rugby. We want to win, and we want to be involved in these big games. So massive excitement for it.
You lads will always say that a Champions Cup week, there's a different buzz around the squad. So I presume a Champions Cup final must be kind of even more so. There must be just is there an age to training as well? Guys looking to put their hand up for selection?
Yeah, there would be an edge to training. Everyone wants to put their best foot forward, but also, everyone wants to get the starters ready to go and, be at their best for the final. I suppose during the week, we do a lot of detail, and we'll learn a lot about their players and how they like to play the game. And obviously we know a lot from last time we played them and we lost to them. They've threats right across the board, really strong kicking game. So just kind of talking about things like that and, getting our detail right early in the week. So when as the week goes on, we can just start about, the emotion, the physicality that we need to bring, and all that other stuff. So these weeks are normally get your detail nailed off early, and then you can start building up towards the game.
Who are the key leaders within the squad in a week like this? Like, is it, your obvious kind of guys like Johnny Sex and even someone like Cian Healy, like, who are both going for their 5th Heineken Cup, which is absolutely incredible, really, when you think about it. And what are the key messages that they drive in a week like this?
I think, the key messages are probably just do the simple things well. That's what wins big games. Don't try go off the cuff and force things. Just do your job, stick to the basics, and do them really well. And then with regards to the leadership, everyone kind of puts up their hand. The coaches drive it early on in the week, but then it's definitely player led. Obviously the likes of Johnny, you have in there some great leaders. James Ryan, Gary Ringrose, Robbie, all these lads. Tyke Furlong, they'll put their hands up. They'll speak when they need to. They always say the right things. But yeah, we've unbelievable belief in ourselves and our ability. So everyone's just really looking forward to going out on Saturday and showing that.
What are you like in a week like this? Do you get nervous?
I suppose there is a bit of nervousness there. Not so much now early on in the week, but as the week goes on and you get close to the game, the nerves can build up. For me, probably the most nervous I'll be when I'm playing is just before kickoff, when we're just about to go out onto the pitch. Just because you want to do well. You don't want to make mistakes. That's the game. Mistakes happen, but the nervousness is definitely there, and probably even more so on weeks like this.
How have kind of your previous experience of Champions Cup final weeks helped? I guess this week you kind of know what to expect, really, don't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been involved in 2 finals now, and it's just massive excitement. I think for me the biggest thing is just about enjoying the week. Obviously you're going to be nervous, you're going to be stressed, but I think getting a good plan for the start of the week, knowing your detail, and then you can just really just start to enjoy the week and the build up to the game. And then when you get out there, I suppose it's just about that focusing on your own job, your own role, doing the simple things well, not trying to force things. I just try to enjoy weeks like this, really, because they don't come around too often. So when they do, it is about
what are your memories of 2018? Obviously getting your hands on the trophy, but the weather in Bilbao wasn't the most ideal for a back 3 player like you, who likes to get your hands on the ball, but a really special occasion. Like, what kind of sticks out to you when you think back to it now?
Yeah, it was an incredibly special day.
I think a lot of us play the game because for those moments in the change room after, you've gone through a really tough game, everyone's put their hand up. They've worked so hard. You're absolutely wrecked, but you can sit back, you can relax, you can have a
trophy, and then all the hard work and paid off. So that's what really sticks out for me.
You weren't too long on the scene in 2018, and you get your hands on a Champions Cup, and then the following year you're in another final. Obviously that one didn't go your way, but when you were reflecting it now, did you think like kind of getting to Champions Cup finals every year was kind of par for the course for Leinster?
Yeah, definitely. 100% when I first came on the scene, because we'd won, and it was my first year in, so in the back of my head was like, okay, we're going to do this every year. But obviously, professional sport, it's not like that. Teams are getting better every year, and you need to keep upping your game. So but yeah, I definitely thought every year was going to be like this year or that year. But look, like I said, it's a really hard thing to do, to go and win one, and it takes a lot of effort from a lot of people throughout the whole year. It's just about embracing the day and taking your opportunity and ultimately getting over the line and winning. And that's what creates those special memories. And I think especially with your teammates, you get tighter, the bond gets bigger because you've gone through that together and you've won. It's a really special moment.
Getting to 2 finals in a row, but it's been 3 years now since you've been back in one. And for, I guess, a club like Leinster, and for a guy like you who, like you said, you thought it was going to happen every year, that must feel like a very long time.
Yeah, definitely. I know, especially with the players we've had, like You know, we probably could have been involved in more finals. Just on the day, you know, whether it is we didn't turn up or we just didn't play to our best. But yeah, you know, definitely we've learned from those experiences, and we're definitely bringing a bit of that into this game this week. Because you know, we really want it badly this year. You know, we definitely have the team that is capable of producing a really good performance. So you know, that's what we're focusing on, all about the performance this week. Doing your own job and doing the simple things well.
Because that's the thing, like, you guys have never shied away from the drive for 5. I know that's what you call it. Like, you know, you want to put the 5th star in the jersey. Like, that has been a huge motivation for you guys over the last few years, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously we've won the league the last few years, and that's brilliant, and it's an amazing achievement. But you know, Europe is another step up, and you know, that's where really you can see the best teams in the world. And you know, it would be unbelievable to put another star on that jersey, and you know, do it proud. So yeah, you know, we really want it this year, and we're going to do everything we can to achieve it.
You touched on them earlier, but talk to me about La Rochelle. You were involved last year in the semi-final defeat. What kind of threats do they pose?
Yeah, they've threats right across the park. You know, they definitely got a good kicking game. You know, they found a lot of space against us last time we played them. And you know, they've massive men, and when they get over the ball, they're tough to move. So you know, our chasing at the breakdown is going to be huge this week. I think they're going to want to slow us down. You know, they're going to want to mess the breakdown up and things like that. So it's been really good around the contact areas. And then, you know, they do like to play wide and, you know, throw it out the back and stuff. So I think in defense, you know, not switching off and staying alive the whole time, because they've got a really good offloading game. You know, they can make a break from nothing and then offload, and then you're under your sticks thinking, how did that happen? So you know, I think the physicality and the contact areas are going to be huge for us this week. And then you know, if we get them right, then we can play the game we want to play, and hopefully score some tries. But yeah, it's a hugely exciting game. You know, 2 teams are playing really well at the moment. So, you know, it's just about who performs better on the day. You know, it's a big occasion. So it's just about, you know, staying focused and focusing on what's important.
What would it mean to get your hands on the trophy again? Would it mean a little bit more than the first time, now that you know and probably have a better understanding of how bloody hard it is?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Obviously being involved in finals and losing and semi-finals, you know, and being on the wrong side, it definitely makes you want it more, and it definitely gives you an appreciation of actually how hard it is to go and win. Because like I said, you know, when you get into finals rugby, every team is putting up their hand, every team's performing at their top level. So yeah, definitely now that I know how hard it is to actually go and win one, it definitely would mean more now.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Before I let you go, Jordan, I have a few questions from the Energia Rugby Hub that I'm going to throw at you, if that's okay.
Yeah, cool.
So the first one is, what 2 other past or present Ireland players would you love to play in a back 3 with?
Past or present? You
better be careful you don't offend anyone here now.
I know, yeah. There's obviously a huge amount of talent. Growing up, you know, Tommy Bowe was probably one. I remember it was 2009 when they won the Grand Slam. When he caught that little kick from Ronan O'Gara and went in. You know, that moment sticks out of my head. I remember watching that in my uncle's house and screaming at the telly. So, you know, I always loved watching him play, and he was obviously an unbelievable athlete. You know, he had class feet, good in the air, and he was physical in defence. So I think he's definitely someone that I would have liked to play alongside.
And who's the other one going in the back 3, and are you going on the wing or at fullback?
I think he played more on the wing, so I'll stick there in the fullback.
Cool. What is important to you when you hit the pitch, and what do you expect from your other 14 players and squad members?
What's important to me, I think just kind of, you know, just giving it my all every time, just going out in the pitch and just giving it 100%, leaving nothing out there. It's always bad when you come in from a game and you think, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that, I could have worked harder here, you know, and having those kind of regrets. You know, so when I go out, I just try to give it my all every time. You know, whether that's I'm wrecked, I'm on the ground, getting up as fast as I can, and working hard. And you know, that's what we talk about a lot in Leinster, is working hard for each other. So and you know, you get it every week, you know, with the 14 other lads on the pitch. Everyone's giving it their all, and you can really see that in some of our performances. So I think, you know, just giving it your all, that's all you can do. And you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but if you know deep down that you've given it your all, that's all you can do.
Yeah, well said. I like this question. If you could relive one game of your career as a fan, which game would you pick?
Yeah, that's a good question. One game. Geez, there's a lot of games I would love to relive. I think it probably would have to be Bilbao, to be honest. Obviously, because that was just my first year in, and you know, also seeing how happy all the lads were, but like all my friends and family as well. They're so proud, and you know, put a smile on their face. Which is another big reason why I play the game. You know, to do my family proud. So probably, yeah, Bilbao. It definitely sticks out as one I'd like to relive.
Yeah, good shout. Hopefully another one this weekend coming.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for the New Zealand summer series? I'm sure you'd love to be on the plane to New Zealand in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to be involved. Obviously I've missed a lot of rugby the past few weeks, so you know, it could be a tough ask. So you know, for me it's about focusing on getting back playing, play well, you know, do everything that I can. And listen, if I get picked, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I'm going to do everything I can to try get on that tour. It'd be a brilliant experience. You know, there'd be a very, very tough match. To speaking to a few of the lads, you know, just say how tough it is to go down there and win. So, look, I've never been there before, but I'd love to get the opportunity to play down there. So, yeah, it's exciting times ahead.
Yeah, the team are in a good place for sure. Finally, the final question from the Energia Rugby Hub, Jordan, is if you could have any movie character play on your team, who would it be and why?
A movie character? It's probably going to have to be a superhero. I would say I love Spider-Man movies. I love them, so it'd probably have to be Spider-Man. You know, see what he could do with all his webs.
That's a good shout. Yeah, Jordan, that was great. On behalf of Energia, proud sponsors of Leinster Rugby, thanks again for chatting to us. I know it's a really busy week. We appreciate you taking time out, and the very best of luck in Marseille this weekend. Hopefully you get another Champions Cup medal to add to your growing collection.
Yeah, please God. Cheers. Thanks very much.